Coming at you live from my home studio here in beautiful Los Angeles, adjacent California-ish. This is the All Dodgers podcast. Hey, we're almost back. I haven't done my buttons for a while. I got this. That's a thing. That's a thing. I gotta find the ding. Let me know where you guys think the ding is at. On today's show, hey, Shohei Ohtani is a freaking team player and is deferring almost all of his annual salary until after the contract is completed. How absolutely insane is that? We're going to dive all the way into that. Plus, it's going to be time for a little well-deserved victory lap for the Los Angeles Dodgers front office. We've heard about Shohei for so damn long, and the deal finally got done. Folks, I am Clint Pasillas. You could find me as Real FRG on all of the platforms and all of the things. We got the sound right. We're feeling good. I'm a longtime MLB writer and sports editor. I covered the Dodgers for 6 seasons with DodgersNation.com as well as SportsIllustrated.com. And now I'm thrilled, honestly thrilled to be talking about the Dodgers on my own platform here with you guys. So consider giving this a thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button while you're here, and if you're watching this live, jump into the comments, drop your comments, drop your questions, anything in the chat. Let's make this fun as we can. Before getting into it, let's get a few comments in here. DKM is in the stream. Appreciate you, DKM. A lot of good friends in here. I see some names I haven't seen in a while. Josh Gidd, of course. We did just go live on Saturday when the Shohei to LA thing became as official as it could at that point, i.e. Jeff Passan tweeted it, and of course Shohei himself announced it on Instagram. Tony Gonson in the stream saying, yo, Jenny Vegas and Clint, what is going on, Jenny? Good to see these names in here. Nando390 says Ohtani walking into that Yamamoto meeting, right? I mean, with that kind of money, you need to feel like you have some sort of ownership stake in the team. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I have a different way of thinking, but it be like that. Logan Jones in the stream. What's going on? Logan says the ding is for Shohei. Hold on. I'm going to find the ding. Let's find. Oh, is it? No, that's a bell. It clearly said bike bell, so I've forgotten how to read. I do have
Scusi.
Old school Blue Heaven fans will know the soundboard. I am back and ready to fire. Oh, I feel it. I feel at home, gang. Damn, I feel at home. Ange is in the stream, says, hey, Clint, what's going on? Calvin the GOAT is in the stream. Calvin, how you doing? Matt De La Rosa, what's going on, Matt? Sweaty Raider, that's a name. And another friend of the show for sure. Osterberg, I think I got a lot of the names here at the beginning. Logan Jones says, miss ya, fella. Miss all of you guys. I have my soundboard in a weird spot, so if I have to turn away awkwardly. I'm doing a one-man show. It's been a while since I've done a one-man show, so if I get a little lost, if I get a little sidetracked, I want to be here. I want to be eye contact with you guys, but I also got to do a few other things along the way, so we'll have some fun with it. But Jenny Vegas says, subscribe. I know words. Hit that thumbs up. We're trying to do all this as close as we can to from the ground floor. I'm trying to build another YouTube channel. Been there, done that. Hopefully we know what we're doing, but Dodgers 2080. Tim Rogers in the stream saying still blown away. I mean, you're still blown away by the fact that Shohei Ohtani is a Dodger. We're already seeing people buying the number 17 Ohtani jersey. Opening day tickets skyrocketing. It's a fun time to be a Dodger fan, and it's a fun time to be doing this with you guys. We'll explain more things as we go along the way. I am calling this the All Dodgers Show, the All Dodgers Podcast. I do want to talk about more baseball things on this channel as well. Trevor Ellis asks, where's the Super Chat link? So, because I am a newer channel, I'm not technically eligible for monetization yet. I did, thanks to you guys. I'm getting a little ahead. I did want to, pause in the middle of the show to thank everybody for the support. It's been friggin' incredible, and pulled me out of a spot where I wasn't feeling all mentally great for a little while there. But it's crazy to see the support, and it does. It makes me feel good, and it justifies some things that I've felt in the back of my head for a long time. But the channel is new. I need to apply for monetization, and then hopefully this could become something bigger. Super chats will be there. Any way you guys want to support me would be very much appreciated. And the good thing with this channel, I can guarantee you the super chats are going to the right people involved. So that's good. Jenny Vega saying, doing good, Clint. You're amazing. Glad you're doing your own show. Thank you, Jenny. Rihanna Keeves. Yeah, we got a lot of comments going on here. My guy Cody Lou, former producer extraordinaire, DJ producer Cody for my old Blue Heaven show. What's going on, Cody? Good to see you, my guy. Sarah Morris in the stream. Sarah, how's it going? She says, we need starting pitching, and thanks to Ohtani, the Dodgers can now afford starters and a shortstop. So let us go ahead and get into some of the things I have written down into the show. I'll try to segment it a little bit different. I don't want this show to be exactly Blue Heaven, but it's going to kind of be very close to Blue Heaven. It's what I do. I was doing Blue Heaven before Blue Heaven was a thing. So this is leading off, though. This is the segment. Shohei Ohtani is a Los Angeles Dodger. I got to stop banging the table. I see the camera. I'm trying to get better. I'm probably going to put the camera off on the back on its own, but I'm excited. How could I not be excited? Plus, I've got Monster over here, not a sponsor. We're hyped. We're juiced. We're energized. I got lights. I got things going on behind me. There's blue. There's my rooster. We're feeling good. We're ready. 68. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, Shohei Ohtani, Los Angeles Dodger, and he might be just the most craziest person in history because he said, pay me $70 million a year, but just, or I want to get paid, quote, $70 million a year, but just give me $2 million a year for the first 10 years. That's a man that really wants to win. The contract deferrals, the details started coming out today. Fabian Ardaya of The Athletic was the first to spill the beans, as it were, in an article on their publication, as well as Jeff Passan talking about $68 million of that deal yearly deferred. You don't see that? What? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's, I don't know if you guys are aware. $68 million. It's a pretty fair amount of money. I gotta tweet some things here so we get more people, to join us here in the chat as well. So I'm also my own hype tweeter. That's what's going on. Cody, call me next time you have free time on Monday. But $68 million of that $70 million per year will be deferred, meaning in terms of cash out of pocket. Again, the Dodgers are paying him just $2 million each year over the next 10 years. So hat tip to Bruce Kuntz on Twitter. He's the guy who did the math because I don't do the math too good. Essentially, the deal is kind of on in terms of the collective bargaining tax, or collective, the luxury tax, we'll just call it. I can't think of it right now. The CBT threshold. The deal is closer to 10 years and $480.8 million. Again, that's for the CBT tax purposes. I don't know if you've ever seen a deal that is more team first, but this is absolutely a deal that is team first. Let's fire off a couple of comments here because why not? Neil Casimoto checking in from Hawaii. Aloha, what is going on, Neil? That fool Neil. Jenny Vega in there saying Dodgers are so lucky for having Ohtani. I'm super jealous. You know, there's a lot of people around the league, a lot of fans around the league, a lot of baseball people that are not happy with this deal. We'll talk more about that a little bit later in the show. Nando390 says, cancel Christmas and need money for opening day tickets. I'm all down. I am all in on this idea. I'm buying nothing for anybody except for one dog because he's a very good boy. Annie Ann says, so exciting to see it on Dodgers Instagram. Yeah, they did just announce the deal about 45 minutes before showtime. Insane deal. Again, it's a crazy deal to think that this guy's not giving away. He's going to get paid. He's getting all of that money after the fact. But $2 million a year. It counts towards $46 million in terms of CBT. The Dodgers CBT, so that would go against their luxury tax and hitting that threshold and all that kind of stuff. I'm really not explaining this well. It's exciting. There's smarter people out there that can explain it better than I, for sure. But it saves the Dodgers whatever it is, like 24 million a year in luxury tax threshold or luxury taxable threshold numbers. Killing this right now, but it really helps this team go out and get more dudes. Go out and maybe go sign Yoshinoya Yamamoto or I mean, they're going to get other guys. They're going to get plenty of other guys. I do want to talk more about those guys, but I'm probably going to do that more in content dropping on the channel later this week. But the important thing with this is Shohei put his money where his mouth is. Yes, 100%. He's getting paid. He is getting paid handsomely. He's getting paid as well as you would want the best player in your sport and potentially the best player in the history of the game to get paid. But what he said was he wants to win. And he wants to win bad, and he wants to win starting yesterday. And he's very much vocalized that for a couple of years now, a couple of seasons. This is him saying, I want my money. I don't care when I get it. Let's get together. Let's go start winning some ball games. And he's freeing up actual cash for the team to do just about whatever he wants, they want to do. And at the same time, with the revenue he's going to be generating, or the team's going to be generating through him in advertising, in all of the endorsements, Shohei's going to be fine. Shohei's going to have plenty of money to go around, even just, quote, getting paid $2 million a year. But the Dodgers are going to make a lot of money. They're going to be good. And, if they do blow past that CBT threshold, Steve Cohen style, they have a little extra money to throw at it and be fine. As for 15, 20 some odd years down the road, Justin Turner on Twitter said it best earlier. That's probably a problem for the next ownership group. But let's get into a few comments. Diane Schroeder says, hi, Clint, found you. Hi, Diane. Look at that. The queen of the stream, the legend of YouTube. She found us, guys. Diane, mash that thumbs up button just for Diane being in the stream here. Sweaty Raider. Woo, slow it down. Says, Shohei's dog's name is Deferrals. Hey, oh, wait, I have buttons again. I'm going to find it. There it is. Oh, we got a drum roll back. I'm very happy. Roach. Holy hell, Roach is in the stream. What is going on? Roach says, I know we're all excited over Ohtani, but let's talk about the real MVP. That is Scott Van Slyke. Roach, got to talk to you, man. What's going on here? New year, new me or something like that. New show, new channel, new me. I don't know how that goes right here. 275 Vet, appreciate the kind words that you've sent me in some of the messages here on YouTube. Says ain't no luxury tax on $40 million. That's New Balance money as well. Yeah, you got to talk about the New Balance money. I guess we don't really have to. We just got to point out the guy gets a lot of money from New Balance as well. What else we got? Nomofomo in the stream. What's going on? Nomofomo says we are hated by other NL West teams, but now all of baseball hates us, hates the Dodgers, hates Dodger fans. I think most of baseball already hated Dodgers fans, but this one definitely it does not help. It does not help a whole bunch at all. Switching gears a little bit again, the signing became official about 45 minutes before the start of the show. Ohtani released his statement along with Dodgers and team president, I guess it's team owner, Mark Walter. Let's look at that. There's a couple of quotes in there that are very important to read. And Shohei saying, Dodger fans, thank you for welcoming me to your team. I can say 100% that you, the Dodgers organization, and I share the same goal, and that is to bring a World Series, or to bring World Series parades, plural, parades, to the streets of Los Angeles. Of course, we remember Mookie Betts promising parades, promising rings when he signed his monster deal just before the start of the short 2020 season. He brought one. We didn't get a parade then. I'm willing to go out on a limb, and I'm going to save the date sometime in November. There's going to be a parade in Los Angeles. There's a parade inside my city, as the kids say. I don't even know what that's from, but that's just what people said around me back at the other spot here. So I implore people this, when the Dodgers host their introductory press conference tomorrow, being Tuesday or Wednesday, I haven't seen if it's been officially announced at some point or yet. Stop what you're doing. Make sure that you watch perhaps the most historic moment in Dodgers history unfold. And yes, I understand this is a team that has 7 World Series titles. It's a team of Jackie Robinson. It's a team of Sandy Koufax, a team of Clayton Kershaw. I say perhaps the most historic moment in Dodgers history. And one last message on this to the Dodgers front office, mainly Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes. Congratulations, you fucking did it. They wanted it, they needed it, they got it done, they won the offseason, and now you don't have to answer as many of those what happened questions. You're not talking about 2023, the postseason sweep. You're not talking about losing to the Padres in the NLDS in 2022 as much anymore. You're talking about you're tired of losing. We got Shohei Ohtani. We're going to go out and we're going to try to effing win. And that's pretty damn cool where I'm coming from right here. Guys, thanks for hanging out so far. Hit that thumbs up. It really does help out. Subscribe and all that kind of stuff. What do you guys think about the deal? That's what I want to know. What are your concerns? What's the overall excitement level on this? Sound off in the comments. I want to know what you folks have to say. We got Craig. We got some love there. Edwin Dunning. I nailed it. Says Jim Beam, drink a lot of it. You know, the Jim Beam I have is up there on the shelf. It is a championship Jim Beam, and I'm too afraid to open it. You guys feel that problem if you buy like celebratory beer, you don't want to open it? You know, no. Again, same like I said on Saturday. No shoeies here or shoehays, or whatever Doug would say. I'm wearing sandals. It's an upgrade from being barefooted on Saturday, though, so I appreciate you guys. Lolan3 says, got to lean into everybody hating to us. Luis Hernandez Jr. says, listen to you for years but never commented. Feel a lot more comfortable commenting now. I appreciate you, Luis, or Lewis, if you're nasty. Again, very much appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It means a lot to see you come this way. Let's see. Logan Jones says, are the Dodgers the new Death Star of the Galaxy? Yes. I could say yes, in that there is a glaring weakness, and that is starting pitching. And hopefully there are no photon phasers or whatever it was. Sorry, I enjoy the Star Wars, but I'm not enough of a nerd to think it was a photon. I'm sure my old lady is out in the living room listening to this and getting mad at me for not getting it right, and also knowing her, she's probably about to open the door and yell about it and then leave. So enjoy that, guys. That's coming up. Hamilton Cerna. Hamilton, what's going on, buddy? He says they hate us because they ain't us. Facts. Big time facts. Lori O says, good luck, Clint. Hoping much success for you. Appreciate you, Lori. My success is going to be your guys' success. I promise you that. If you join me, I'm just trying to deliver hopefully better content. I couldn't really focus as deeply on the YouTube side before. Now this is what I want to do. This is what I'm able to do. I can go all in on this, and you know, hopefully some familiar faces join me along the way. I've had a lot of people reach out, a lot of support in the DMs through text. I spent the better part of the last 3 days, including Mrs. FRG's birthday, replying to people sharing, you know, congratulations and you know, warm regards to me, and I very much appreciate the love that I've got from you guys. So if you are able to subscribe, that's the best way to show your support and watch my stuff. Share it with grandma, share it with grandpa, whoever is around that you really know is a Dodger fan, then it's really going to enjoy Shohei Ohtani coming to LA. But a lot of things, I really hope a lot of good things coming, you know, through this venture we're on. So just hit that subscribe button. It's free. I'm telling you guys, it's totally free. Thumbs up as well. 275 vet says, those of us lifelong Dodger fans know we've lost, we have suffered. As always, it hasn't always been like this. And you know, I'm not the youngest, I'm not the oldest, but I've lived through a number of lean years, and yes, there's a fat joke in there probably, but you know, you've seen this team be bad. You've seen this team be not good. You've seen this team have Frank McCourt as their owner, and Fox as the owner, and it wasn't always pretty. It hasn't always been like this. You know, I think a lot of fans and it being in this Twitter era, this online, the social media era of fandom, it's been always successful. It feels like it's always been success since people have been able to complain and all that kind of stuff online, or congratulate or be happy online about their team. So some of us have really survived and really endured the pain of watching this team over the years. And right now, you know, There've been some phenomenal runs in the history of this organization, from LA to Brooklyn. You're talking about the 40s and 50s, going to the World Series a bunch of times, winning one of them before leaving to LA, picking up a couple of titles early, picking up a couple in the 80s, finally beating the Yankees, finally getting back on top of the world in 2020. But there was a lot of years where there wasn't very much there. And now it's weird. You know, I've talked about it before in the old show, where you're like, fans are what's the word I'm looking for? You know, the expectations are so high, and you almost feel like people stop caring when, oh, okay, ho hum, it's another division title. You know, shout out to our Braves fans probably somewhere. But anyways, Ohtani Wood says, Robert Lopez, my buddy Bobbert, what's going on here? Seen a few comments about Dodgers Nation. Yes, I'm no longer with Dodgers Nation. Wish them all the success. Still got friends there, and I hope to talk to some of them here on this channel as things go along. Matt De La Rosa says flex would be to retire once the 10 years is up and move to Vegas or Miami once the deferrals hit to avoid that California state income tax. You see, Matt is thinking in 3D right now. Nomo Fomo says maybe the Hollywood sign we changed to Ohtani Wood for the press release. I think we already had an Ohtani Wood in there. Let's see. Sweaty Raider says Ohtani is tired of losing with the Angels, and I think that was a big thing. He thanked the Angels today. He did thank the Halos and their fans on the Instagram. Nothing he's gonna do is gonna help Angels fans not feel terrible. It's very catty. I don't know if you guys saw the mural or whatever it is, the window covering coming down at Angel Stadium well before the deal was ever announced officially. It's kind of embarrassing. It was a Saturday, and Artie Moreno literally sent somebody to Angel Stadium in a crane lift to take the sign off of the office windows depicting one of the best players, a 2-time MVP for your team. It's a bad look. Artie Moreno is all about bad looks, though. We've seen it. We've seen it for a very long time. Logan Jones, we've got another Death Star in there. Tatiana says, I'm excited for more signings since we're paying Shohei pennies. Hey, if pennies is $2 million, throw me a couple. But the signings, I said it over the weekend. I said it with my buddies over at Foul Territory TV. Subscribe to them. They don't need my help. They're so damn good most of the time. We're all good most of the time. But subscribe to them. But that's what I said. It's like Andrew Friedman, Brandon Gomes, they're not done. Yeah, they got Shohei. It's what's next. They are tired of answering the playoff loss question. 3 years in a row of varying levels of embarrassment. The entire team is tired of answering those questions. So if you're tired of it, you go and make a move like this. Diane Schroeder says, yeah, man. Yeah, guys, smash the like button for Clint. Let's grow his channel. Like buttons go a long way. And I do want to hear from you guys. This is literally just me. I don't have to answer to anybody. I want to do this the way you guys want to do it. If you guys don't like 7 p.m. Pacific on a Monday, we'll move the times around. We'll find something that works best with everybody. I know this is probably a bad time for people on the East Coast. I enjoyed doing, 4 p.m. shows for the most part during the season this last season. Some folks can enjoy it on the East Coast getting off work. Some folks can still enjoy it and get paid at work, whatever it is. We'll figure it out, I'm also going to be doing standalones. It's not always going to be live streams. I will have guests. I will have a bunch of stuff going on. I hope. Knock on desk here. I hope to have a bunch of stuff going on here. Hamilton says, concerned with Ohtani overdoing it and pushing back his pitching start date. So they say, and of course, they being his physicians, been pretty tight-lipped about where he's at physically and what even the operation was that was done. It was never confirmed that it was Tommy John surgery. But yes, Shohei Ohtani is not going to pitch in 2024. This team needs pitching. Everything they're telling us is he's going to pitch again. He's going to pitch in 2025. Dave Roberts at the winter meetings, before he became a villain for just saying, yeah, of course we talked to Shohei Ohtani. He said we fully expect him to pitch again, and he said we at that point, mind you. But just you take what you can get, and you hope you can get some pitching out of him. But they're going to need some more because you got Walker Buehler coming back this year, and that's about it when it comes to established big league pitchers. So they are going to be busy. But I'm going to talk more about what comes next in a later video this week. So we'll get there when we get there. 275. Sorry, I have numeric dyslexia, guys. It's a true story. 275 vet says, how can we get Clint to like 50K in a couple of weeks? Ideas? That one's hard. It took me and Doug and a lot of other great people over on DNTV 6 years to get to 70. It takes a long time. Subscribers are less important than you guys watching, I promise you. But just subscribe if it mean a lot. Hit that bell, do the thumbs up. All those things help boost it in the algorithm. I'm going to try to do my best to make this, what do we call that? Open? I don't know. I don't want to be clickbaity here. I just want to try to have fun and talk Dodgers with y'all. But, have some fun while we're doing it. Let's move on a little bit here. So I do want to get into the reactions ever so slightly because baseball fans are unsurprisingly quite pissed about this contract. The Dodgers win again. They go out and they get Shohei Ohtani, and they're paying him only $2 million each year for the next 10 years. I could understand that. I would be livid if I was another fan. If he signed with the Toronto Blue Jays, I would be pretty upset if he was also only getting paid $2 million a year. Maybe that's why the Angels are so mad. Who knows? $2 million a year. He was mostly underpaid for the lifespan of that contract in Anaheim anyways, but just a thought. But people are pissed. I saw one tweet from my buddy AJ on the guitar. If you don't follow him, check him out. He's a good follow on the Twitter, on the X machine, or whatever the people call it these days. But of course, a number of folks online being upset about this deal, being upset, thinking that the Dodgers are the team that prints money, is going out and just getting whatever they want and not having to pay anything for it. And people think that this shouldn't be legal or whatever. From the top rope, is that even legal? It is legal. Jeff Passan also said it's fully legal. It's where'd my notes go? Right here. I have the notes somewhere, but according to Article 16 under the collective bargaining agreement, it is legal. It is something that you can do, and most players don't want to defer that much money. Understandably, that's a lot of money. People want their money up front, but I think the Dodgers are so good at getting people to buy in. Mookie Betts on a deferred contract. He has a lot of money deferred. Great article from Bill Plunkett over the weekend, Orange County Register, talking about his deferrals along with Freddie Freeman's deferrals. I don't have the numbers handy here, so check out Orange County Register there. Great stuff always from Bill Plunkett. Bill Plunkett will never steer you wrong. But Article 16 in the the collective bargaining agreement on deferred compensation, there shall be no limitations on either the amount of deferred compensation or the percentage of total compensation attributable. That's a good word right there. I nailed that one. I usually do the best words, but to deferred compensation for which a uniform player's contract may provide. So those are some words. Jeff Passan said it. I agree. I agree with him. He said the answer is unequivocally no. Man, words today. What the hell? Whatever. Second stream back in a few months. I get it. Unequivocally no. It is perfectly fine. Nobody's going to challenge us. People are going to complain 100% in the comments though, all across the internet. But AJ, going back to AJ, my buddy. Notably, you will find the longer you're online following sports and covering sports and all that kind of stuff, the longer you're online, one very vocal group of the many, Padres fans stand out for sure, but the Braves, pretty loud, and AJ had a pretty damn good tweet earlier talking about the Braves underpaying their players to get them to buy in for years. You got Ozzie Albies on a cheap contract. They've done it for a long time. This is Dodgers paying Ohtani what he's worth using deferred money so they can compete. And he says, Bean Eater logic, this is bad. So anyways, that's the thing. One of those things is better when you see it, and you can see it. I retweeted it. Go follow me at RealFRG on the X machine, as they call it. But yeah, let's get into what do you guys feel about this deal? That's what I want to know. Sweaty Raider says, just smells to me like the other team is not trying hard enough. Hey, I like it. Do better. Nomo Fomo says, who do you like better, Cease, Glasnow, or Burns? Burns, it goes in reverse order for me. Burns, Glasnow, Cease. Maybe it's Burns, Cease, Glasnow. But if Glasnow were to come with Randy Arozarena, then I like Tyler Glasnow more. So, but give me Corbin Burns. That guy's a beast. I love all Corbins. Roach says, I don't feel bad. We had to be excited. I'm a little bit behind in the comments. Obviously, he said we had to be excited about Vicente Padilla starting on opening day. That was a fun time. Was that 2010, I believe it was? Woof. Yeah, there it is. Sarah Moore says 2010 was yuck. All right, let's move back. I'm going to move up a little bit. I'll be honest. I didn't expect you guys to be sounding off in the comments this much. I very much do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Logan Jones says, I miss your voice. What do you think about Miggy Vargas? You know how I feel about Miguel Vargas. I'm not on that train. I am not on that train. Could move. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves to left field or if he's involved in a trade really, really soon. You're going to see some trades. At least one big one coming up before, let's see, when does Andrew like to work? He really likes to get his deals done before February. So could happen soon. I think he's also really, really trying to enter the winter, their winter break and feel phenomenal about himself, having signed Shohei and having gone out and made a monster blockbuster deal. So don't be surprised if it happens now. But something's going to happen. It's going to be pretty big. Notably to blow my load a little bit on something I'm going to talk about later this week on my channel. So subscribe. I think the Brewers said they're probably not going to trade Corbin Burns. That's something you say when you're trying to get more money out of a team or more prospect capital out of a team. So they're going to trade Corbin Burns. Roach says, I'll start an OnlyFans if that's what it takes to get me to 50,000 subscribers. I don't think that's how it works, but I appreciate the enthusiasm for sure. What about only feet? Is that a thing? Only toes? You guys let me know in the comments below. I'll do whatever you want, I promise. Maybe not that one. Caleb is in the stream. Caleb Nguyen saying, I think Pepio is going to have some massive expectations on his shoulders this year. Caleb, 100% agree. Caleb did some great writing for me this year on the other site, and he gets it. He's seen it, and he understands like the value that comes with somebody like Ryan Pepio. The Dodgers Ryan Pepio meant a lot to the Dodgers this past year, and it didn't work out because of a really nasty oblique strain. But you can't go into the season with that being one of your guys that's expected to be like a number 2, or maybe a number 3 or number 4. That's still too high. What I expect is something like we've seen in recent years where they enter spring training with 7, 8, 9 starting pitchers, and you just kind of let them figure it out. They need a lot of resources. They need a lot of guys. They need to be able to not rely on somebody like Emmett Sheehan on opening day, because if they have Emmett Sheehan on opening day in their rotation, that's somebody that's not going to be there for when you need to pull some innings back from Walker Buehler, because, Walker's not starting 30 games this year. He's not even starting 20 some odd. I mean, he's probably going to be in that 22, 20, or 20, 23 pocket, but they don't want to burn him out, and they really need to worry about the postseason more than early in the season. So they're going to need some serious starting rotation flexibility. But I do want to focus more on the Shohei again, because I'm going to talk more about the rotation and all that kind of stuff later in the week, and I want to make that fun for you guys to also watch and listen to as well. So intrigue, mystery, whatever. All that kind of stuff. Where are we at? Where am I at? Let's see. Let's find some stuff. Jay says we need Phil Bickford to win free agency. Fuck it, I'll buy in. Bring back Phil Bickford. That dude, he's a weird ass character, man. Met him at spring training last year. Just watching him lumber around the ballpark. He's a weird cat, but I would rather them go a different direction. Bring back Ryan Brazier before you bring back Phil Bickford. But I understand the comment was in jest, and I very much appreciate that. So we're going to give that one a ding. That one felt really loud. So let's just go ahead and get that nice and loaded for everybody here. Jim, I always messed up your last name. I feel like I'm really butchering words and names tonight. I'll get it back, guys. It's one of those, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I haven't been on in about 2 months. Longer? Let me know in the comments below the last time I was on. Jim's saying all the other teams are mad they didn't think of the contract first. So, according to rumors and reports, and we know, don't believe too many of them these days, this was Shohei's idea. That's what they say. That's what's kind of gone out there. I think I saw Passan mention it. Don't quote me on it. But that was an idea from Shohei's camp. And again, that lends itself to the idea that he really wants to win. And this is him literally putting his money where his mouth is. I want to win. I'll play for you guys. You just go figure it out. This is like getting a B chipper on your your co-ed softball team, and then you also have to pay his league fees because he's so good. Did that translate? I think it translated, right? Everybody? But there's nobody in here. It's cool. Perfect. Herb Dash, thanks for hanging out with us. Everybody on YouTube, appreciate that, because I'm only on YouTube and I'm only on Twitter right now, and you can't comment on Twitter unless you're paying for a subscription, and who does that? That said, I'm probably going to have to pay for a subscription soon because Twitter will bury you if you don't pay for it. And I'm trying to build a brand now, so I'm going to have to pay for it. Anyways, is Yamamoto a lock? I wouldn't say a lock. I think there are a few teams that really need to come out of this offseason also feeling like they've won. The Blue Jays, they may not need starting pitching, but they need to win. I forgot who I heard speaking about it. It might have been Ken Rosenthal. But they have a lot of promises to keep to investors. They're doing some, I think they're doing renovations at Rogers Center or something like that. Whatever. I don't necessarily overly cover the Blue Jays. They're not really in my country. But they need to get an off-season win, and they were trying to go chips in on Shohei. Didn't work, as everybody saw. And they're going to try to find a win somewhere else. So getting Yamamoto, that would be pretty damn good. The Mets really need to win. Stevie Cohen traded away 2 of his starting pitchers last year at the trade deadline. He's going to be paying them. Both of those guys are going to get paid more, I think, next year not playing for the Mets than Shohei is going to get paid during his entire career as a Dodger. I don't know if the number adds up, but it sounded funny, so I said it, and it might be pretty close to true. So, yeah. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, Yamamoto a lock. I think I wouldn't say a lock, but I think the Dodgers are really going to be in on him. I think they are not going to be chips in on him because, I mean, free agency isn't necessarily their forte. Not even forte. They don't like being overly aggressive in free agency, at least in what we've seen over the last decade or near decade that Andrew Friedman has run the team. They're not massive on free agency. They love trades. They love getting players, getting prospects, turning them into essentially human currency, which sounds really bad. My bad. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. I'm not even monetized yet. And flipping them for guys like Corbin Burns, guys like Trey Turner and Max Scherzer years ago, guys like Mookie Betts. That's what they love to do. They love to get their currency, get their trade assets by going out and signing players. And free agency usually doesn't lend itself to that. Now, that said, Yamamoto, you don't need to give up a player. You're not losing a draft pick. So it could make sense. I think they're going to be very aggressive. I heard Ken Rosenthal yesterday on Foul Territory. Shout out. He said they're going to be very aggressive. A lot of teams are going to be very aggressive. The Mets need a win. The Yankees want to win. I don't think the Padres have enough money for it. Would love to see Yamamoto or Imanaga make their way to LA. What do you say? I already used that line. But, yeah, there you go. There's a DKM saying, what about Shota Imanaga? Any of them. Please, give me any pitchers. Living pitchers, ideally, would be preferred. One guy I'm going to put a lock on, Lucas Giolito. I think it's happening possibly before New Year's Day. He screams Dodger. When I was away, I didn't really pay attention to baseball. I don't think he signed yet. If he did, look at me. I look like an ass. But that guy screams Dodger. So put that as a off-season lock for me, and hopefully it's wrong. But my opinion on it as an opinion. I didn't say he has signed. I said it just makes a lot of sense for this team. Mike says, and I believe that is Swag Daddy McGee, Mike. What's going on, Mike? Saying Cartaya getting dealt, huh? Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, too, to trade him right now. Fell pretty hard, though, on the prospects rankings that dropped today. It was a pretty stark fall off, so wouldn't be surprising to see them maybe hold on to him, try to get him back on track. But they have so many. The Dodgers have so many catching prospects, including the guy right here, who is the number one prospect I think I saw now. Who I got to look at the name. I had it and then I lost it again. Dalton Rushing. There it is. I'm still good at this, right? Let me know in the comments below. He's they got catching depth, and Will Smith isn't going anywhere for a while. So you got to trade him. Michael Busch got to be traded, right? What are you going to do with him otherwise? By the way, trade happened today. Thank you, Victor Gonzalez, for your service. You knew he was getting traded. Horbit Vivas, who has been on the roster, the 40-man roster for some reason for years, taking up space, traded. The Yankees. Dodgers get back some dude. Trey Sweeney, middle infield type, shortstop, maybe future third baseman. I know very little about him other than what other people said about him. Again, that's where you get like maybe the move to third baseman, but I like it because the Dodgers are thin, incredibly thin at shortstop and super thin at third base in the organization. So they're able to do any of their voodoo magic that they do in player development, then it's going to be a really damn good move. So there's your moves to free up the roster space to sign, to make Shohei official, to make Joe Kelly official today. Oh, Tony Gonson, perfect timing, even though I'm 10 minutes behind in the comments here, saying where you at with Trey Sweeney. You know, again, like I said on Saturday, now I understand why Doug is usually so far behind in the comments, because you get wrapped up. Appreciate you guys. You guys are killing it right here. Where we at? Dodgers 2080 says best way to help our channels is watch minutes for sure, guys. Yeah, watch as much as you can, as long as you can. That really does help us get to that point where you can monetize Dodgers 2080. Tim does a lot of really good stuff with the team, particularly focusing on minor leaguers. Friend of ours, friend of the show, and give him a follow. He's I'll put him somewhere in the description stuff too, or in the comments. You guys see the name in here in the comments. Go give him a follow here. Let's see. Sarah Moore says 9/29 was my last time on YouTube. No, I did 2 shows in October because we had to finish an ad read. So it is what it is. But let's move on here. 275. Hey, nailed it. Vet says Giolito is a great guy. Watch him on the Rose rotation. I know he's sketchy on the mound, but love to see him as a Dodger. I would love to see anybody like that. You know, for every Noah Syndergaard, there are more Evan Phillips out of this that come through this Dodgers pitching factory and get fixed. So Lucas Giolito. Giolito, prime example of somebody that this front office, this team, Mark Pryor and his magic goop or whatever it is that they use, he can be fixed big time and bigly. Blah 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 blah. I don't mean blah blah blah. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to get through and find some kind of stuff right here. Hey, 107 people in the chat right now. That's pretty cool. Appreciate you guys. Diane Schroeder pointing it out. Says smash that like button for me. Mean a lot. I do promise you that does mean a lot. Even any support. 3 of you guys being in here would be pretty damn cool. I will, just a note, I will just be on YouTube. Any other platforms, just it adds unnecessary strain and stress, and I'd rather focus everything into one spot. I probably won't even keep this going on Twitter. It's easier just to try to point people to YouTube and have all the comments there in one spot. So there you go. There's some transparency for you. But it seems like not too many people. I was hoping to get some other people, other fan bases in here to complain about this deal. I titled the video in a way to hopefully incite some other people to come in. And I'm sure the comments after, like watching after the fact, are going to be very upset about the Dodgers getting this deal done. So hello, Padres fans. Hello, Mariners fans. Hello, Blue Jays fans. I'm right there with you or something. I don't know. But I guess the final thing to say on Shohei is, well, not really the final thing, but like, one thing I'll say on Shohei is, and this is my very biased take, Wait, hold on. I think I was going to tweet something. I wanted to tweet something when I was going to say this, because I did write this one down. I wanted to have a biased take about it because that's what I deserve. I've earned it for some reason, I'll say. But I'm going to just keep saying words to buy time for me to tweet. If you guys want to retweet any of these things to people, appreciate them. Trying to get some people on here for sure. This move is good for Shohei Ohtani. He said he wants to win baseball games. He wants to play in the playoffs as a Major League Baseball, player. And he wants that feeling he got from the World Baseball Classic. He wants to feel that win. He definitely won't be striking out Mike Trout in the World Series this year. One, because, he's not pitching this year. And two, it was more of a dig on the Angels not making the playoffs. So, thank you. We got that one. And then that's how Angels fans feel. But Shohei is going to get his money, and he's going to have his parades too, being here with the Dodgers. At least that's what we all hope. But last call for some comments here. I don't want to go on for too long. We're already at 50 minutes, man. When thank you, 275 Vet. It says, fuck you, Dodgers fans. Y'all suck buying championships. I do feel better. You know what? You really need the trolls to make these kind of shows a little more fun. You got to be on edge. You got to worry about the trolls. I'm probably going to need to have somebody in here at some point, like be an administrator and kick out the bad people, because there's only so much I could do as one human boy. Take a little sippy sip now. But drop in your comments the last few things you guys want to talk about. I'm not getting out of here just yet, but I want to open the floor to you guys about this topic and about Shohei and about whatever. Again, later in the week I'm going to be doing content. This is what I'm going to be doing for now, and it could be for longer than now if you guys are able to support. That would be awesome. I'm trying to just get your guys' views. That's the best way to support. We'll keep doing this, and we'll eventually turn on monetization, and then we'll have a good old time here. Doyer Fan 69, great name. Let's give that a. Actually, I'm gonna give that one. That's a foul right there. That's a foul. This is a family show. God damn it. Doyer Fan 69 asked for my pitching wish list. My pitching wish list, being realistic, it's tough times out there for everybody. Maybe Santa doesn't have as much money, but I think right now, with the help from Shohei, Santa can go out. Santa can get me Yamamoto. Santa can get me Corbin Burns. Santa can get me Lucas Giolito. And then all of them can combine to get us a World Series, because I would like to see a parade. There hasn't been one since 88. I was a very young one in 1988. This fan base deserves a parade. So, burp. There you go. 275 Vet also says, bring Mrs. FRG on the show, man. She could tell us about your no living Dodgers fandom. I'm lost on part of that one, but no, she's a Dodger fan. She's actually written for me over the years as well. She gets it. She's a smart one. Just don't tell her I said that. It'll make things weird if I say she's smart online. City Boy Chad in the stream says Corbin Burns is a free agent next year, so it's the perfect time to trade a few guys to a Brewers team that is reeling this offseason. They lost one of their aces with the injury to Woodruff. They lost their manager when Craig Counsell defected to the Cubs. They need to not do. Can you get out of the way? They need to not do what the Angels did. Don't hold on for the sake of holding on. Already held on to Perry Manassian, held on to Shohei Ohtani a year too long, definitely 3 months too long. I understand they were somewhat in the playoff hunt late last year, but they should have traded him. They should have got some sort of immediate impact assets. Now all they get is 2 not very good draft picks. I think it's 3rd round and 5th round, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am. You just cannot. The whole thing with Shohei Ohtani is you can't let him walk for just compensation picks. And they fucked it up. So, hat tip to the Angels. And honestly, my sincere condolences to Angels fans. because they do deserve better. That is a fan base that really wants to be rabid. It really wants to see a winner. They all do. All fan bases do. But, we've seen Padres fans, very fair weather. And absolutely that fan base showed out this year with all of the expectations. They showed out, and they kept showing out even as their team was not playing very well. They want to win, and they're getting better at figuring out how to fan. But props to them. But the Angels fan base really wants to win. They want to do better. And man, this is such a tough setback for that organization. And all they can do is thank Artie Moreno once again for his idiotic decision to go back to not sell the team. He should have sold that team. Anyway, Jay asked, can we talk about Frank McCourt about to put parking to $55? I was talking to somebody just before I came on live, and we were talking about, the prices going up, of course, as my boy Doug McCain likes to say, I'll pay the Ohtani tax. I'll pay for the $50 micheladas and all that. There is no Ohtani tax. He's getting paid only $2 million a year. Why should the prices go up? Huh? Looking at you, Mark Walter, Stan Kasten. Nah, I'm just kidding. I like those guys. But still, parking prices going up is going to be funny to see. It's going to happen. It always happens. And, of course, Frank McCourt trying to get that gondola going. That's going to be funny. AJ Gonzalez says Dodgers going to offer the Dodger credit card. 10 years, same as cash. Hey, I got that Shohei layaway. Does that one work? Anybody? I'm a little too young-ish for layaway. I forgot how that works. But I like it. That's a good one. AJ, I'm going to give him crickets. Oh, I have to hold that one. Forgot about that. I haven't used my board in a while, guys. Boomer Stan. Who's Boomer Stan? Who's a Stan? Is there a Stan in here? Dan? I don't know. I saw somebody say Boomer Stan. Dan Smith says Artie is the Frank McCourt of Anaheim. Whew. That's worth the clap right there. Doyers fan 69 says need Joe Kelly to wear 99 and come out to Wild Thing. So there was some back and forth about whether or not Joe Kelly was wearing number 99 or 58 today. They were not ready online, and it said 99, and then it switched back to his original number when he came up wearing 58. But then officially, his wife announced 99 on her Instagram, and she's been crushing it. Ashley Kelly has been crushing it on IG through this whole Shohei debacle. So about 4 or 5 days. It's pretty damn funny. You guys can find it all. People rip their stuff and upload it. I'm guilty. You had to do it for reporting in stuff back then. But moving on here. Jenny Vegas says, what a luxury. I don't know what that was in reference to, but I agree. I definitely agree. Omar says, I feel bad for Mike Trout. Yeah, you really, I'm pretty sure he's having some conversations with that organization right now for sure. Hero says, how ready is Kyle Hurt? He's ready. He's ready to be a reliever right now. I think he opens the season at AAA, and I think he's somebody they hope and they plan to lean on a little bit later on down the road. But he appears ready. He's got the stuff. Another win of a pickup from this Dodgers organization. But, he pitched one game and he looked really good. So take with that what you will. The team seemed kind of upset-ish that he wasn't on the postseason roster. Or he wasn't around. Not that relief pitching was a problem. Anyway, Roach asked, can you give me the clap? Guys, yeah, I'll do it. Never mind, I'm giving him the gong. I don't know what the gong is. I got to really put some time back on my soundboard here. But anyway, let's get 2 more, and then let's get the hell out of here. Sarah Morris says Trout needs to be traded. 100% agree. I don't want him traded to the Dodgers, though. Absolutely not. Generational talent for sure. One of the best players of all time. He hasn't played a full season since 2016. My guy cannot stay healthy. And sometimes it's nagging things. Sometimes it's a bone breaking in his wrist like last year. So that's not somebody I want. I do have concerns about the lineup. I'm going to talk about those later on this week on the YouTube channel. So do subscribe. It would mean a whole lot to me. Again, if you guys can keep subscribing, keep hitting that like button on all of the things. that does go a whole long way. Dan Inspiration says, I want Shota and Burns. When Burns leaves, we can sign Roki. Ooh, this guy's thinking smart. Then we'd have Shota, Roki, and Yama. That's deadly. Hey, don't forget, you would also have Shohei back in the rotation by then as well. And, just be a Japanese League all-star rotation. And I am all for it. And by the way, Dodger Stadium, they're going to need to get to work fast on some renovations for media, because the contingent that follows, Shohei Ohtani is absolutely insane, and that place barely has enough room in the media press box for the regular, we'll call them, beat writers. So you might see some seating get lost this going into 2024. Might be a little bit smaller down in the loge level. But they need to do something about that. They're going to need to address it pretty quick. Expand. Just for my media friends, I'm going to start the hashtag. I'm not, but I'm going to start the hashtag expand the Vin Scully press box, because, why not? Nando390 says, I love you, Clint. I love you, Nando390. Say hi to your wife's boyfriend. Is that what it was? I forget. My bad. I'm drunk. I'm not drunk at all. Sorry, guys, I didn't pour a drink for this one here. Logan Jones says, glad to see you, Clint. Can't wait till the next stream. Appreciate you. I'm going to try to do it right now. Probably doing lives on Mondays and Thursdays. I'll put it in my community tab here on YouTube. I want to try. I might make a poll after we get to a certain number of subscribers to see what works best for some folks here, because I do want to make it work best for everybody, the greater majority of people. And, this is what I want to do. This is what I hope we can do together. Let's talk Dodger baseball. I got you covered. Had you covered for years. I tried to have you cover as accurately as possible, and at the same time saying my dumb things of analyzing the team from a place of passion and sometimes idiocy. And I have fun doing it, and I hope you guys have fun being with me along the way. So, again, later on this week on the channel, we're going to keep diving into the Shohei effect. We're going to react to the press conference whenever it happens. That one will probably be live, so do tune in when you guys are here. And we'll be talking about what comes next for the Dodgers officially on the free agent market, on the trade market, and, again, address some issues that I have with the Dodgers roster as it's currently constructed right now, because as good as it is far from perfect, and not only on the pitching side. So until then, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you to so many people for, again, the kind comments, DMs, text messages, phone calls I've received over the last few days. It's cool, and it is inspiring to want to do this, not only for me and my family and all that kind of stuff, but for you, and to do this right, because I get to do it my way, and I think I have a sense of right and wrong. You guys let me know in the comments below. But again, I ask you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's completely free. I promise you it is completely free, and it is something we want to build up for here, our little growing YouTube family or something like that. Stay subscribed to the other guys. My boy Doug's there. If he goes, leave. But I am Real FRG on all the things. Links are in the descriptions. We'll see you on the next one. I am signing off for now. And as we say, bye. I got to push the buttons. I killed it.